All right, everyone, we are here with War Map 3 at a glance. This is season 32. As a reminder, this is just an abstract breakdown, and go ahead and thank your officers for all the hard work they put in, especially this season when planning a war. So first things first, we're going to take a look at bans, Apocalypse, Ghost, and Quake. So we still have got that Ghost and Quake ban, and now we have the first time Apocalypse ban. That third slot keeps changing each war. Taking a look at the boss here, Killmonger. I mean, it's pretty much an easy Cosmic Ghost Rider fight. You could also use Omega Red, even Namor. But he doesn't benefit from the global, so it's not a problematic node. However, it is, I guess, kind of a strategy to make someone bring in someone specifically here for this. Chavez, S99, Mr. Negative, Mr. Fantastic, Magic, Human Torch, and Nuke It. There are a lot of options for her here. So Null here, you could use Kingpin, you could use Doom, you could use Claire. It's really just block baiting heavies once you get to his SB1 and pushing him to SB2 and either blocking the SB2 or dodging it. So he's not, again, not another problematic player. Annihilus here, Claire would probably work, Tiger or Kitty would probably work, Magneto would probably work. I think even Doom might work. Conflictor might just turn Annihilus into a battery, and the fact that Doom has unblockable specials means that he can run out the unstoppable timer anytime the Global's armor triggers. So I don't see Annihilus being too complicated there. Cersei here, I think Claire works, maybe Sorcerer Supreme, maybe even Symbiote Supreme. It's just a very slow fight or start for those three. It's just really being mindful of her special attacks and dealing with her buffs. Scroll here, I'm sure Tigra works. Claire has worked for us, also hasn't worked. Sorcerer might work, or Mephisto actually. And then Mephisto here, pretty much the only option I can think of that is both Incinerate and Poison immune that can deal with the armor ups. I'm kind of blanking on who would have a slow and have those two immunities. And then Hulkbuster here, you got Magneto, you can probably use Claire. Those are probably your top two. So he's not too complicated. You can kind of time when his armor ups are going to come, since both the global and his armor up are on a timer. So yeah, Nimrod out here, this is an easy Nebula fight. You can use Claire, but you guys have seen me take this. Path 1, nothing too complicated. You could use Human Torch, you could use Mr. Negative, you could use Mr. Fantastic for Sorcerer there, and then you could use, is it duped? Yeah, it's duped. So maybe Archangel, Human Torch, plenty of options for Arcus out there. Path 2 here, probably Kitty, Archangel for Fury, and then Magneto or Mole Man for MODOK, and then for Cosmic Ghost Rider, Claire or Nebula. I'm sure it functions at a smaller degree the same way Colossus does there with the Nebula matchup, so you just pretty much shock them to death. And then Kitty down here on EMP. I'm picturing Guardian or G99. Maybe not Silver Centurion, because if she happens to throw SP1 enough and Bubble Shield doesn't work out for you, you're not immune to Incinerate. But you could probably get away with even a Human Torch here with an Odin pre-fight as well, and just kind of let her melt down. Obviously bait out SB1s and try to time blocks and baiting SB1 with Bubble Shield instead of taking the 3 hits on Bubble Shield and going unblockable. So Dragon Man here, you can use Doom, you could use Nebula, and you could probably use Human Torch. So not problematic at all. Path 4 out here, Doom is the easiest for that Airwalker, and then you could use Doom or Human Torch for Maw there. Path 5, I would probably take that Civil Warrior once the boss is down. Tiger is the only option I can think of besides Mephisto. And then Terrax, you can use CGR, you can use Namor, you could use CMM. Path 6, you can use Nimrod for Apocalypse or Doom and Magic. And then Nova down here, you can use Doom or Magneto. It'd be pretty easy for Path 6. Taking a look at spam here, you can use Shang-Chi, you could use Mole Man, you could probably even use Kingpin. So yeah, he's not too problematic here on Footloose. And then moving on over here, 7 through 9, Mojo, you've got S99, you've got Mr. Negative, you've got not Mr. Fantastic, those are probably your two, and then maybe Archangel. And then Path 7, Magneto for Penny there, and then I would think War Machine would work for Bishop, maybe Magic, maybe Kitty Pryde, and then maybe Nimrod. Path 8 there, nothing too tricky at all. You could use Claire, you could use Mr. Negative. Yeah, so nothing too crazy there. And then Path 9 out here, I would probably recommend full Kingpin synergy so that they're both power locked after using a special attack. If not, maybe Magneto can get the job done against Doom, and then maybe an Odin pre-fight on a Human Torch with the Nova Flame for Mephisto there. And then looking at Sasquatch out here, Blood in the Water. You can probably get away with Human Torch and Nova Flame, but I would probably, if you end up sending Kingpin with full synergy, send him here as well. Just know that Sasquatch will have a Fury here. You can probably use Claire, you can probably use Shang-Chi, you can probably use Sorcerer Supreme, so Hemdall here, or even Magneto. Not too much of an issue. Mole Man, I would probably pick your auto block options out first and then worry about the Unstoppable. And then the node before Hemdall has Venom on it. You guys saw me take this with Sorcerer Supreme, so she's an option. Anyone with a slow that's not going to gain buffs, so S99 would still work. You just need a power to SP3. But yeah, those are probably your top two. And then 1 through 3 over here, section 2, Man-Thing, you got Omega Red, Rolk, and you guys saw me take it with Mr. Negative, so he is definitely an option. Path 1 out here, I'd probably use a Doom or a Claire for that Mangog, and then maybe Cosmic Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Falcon, or Mole Man, or even Warlock for iHulk. Path 2 there, Nimrod or Warlock for Domino, and then Storm Pyramid X would actually probably work for Mole Man, but you could probably get away with anyone in a White Magneto pre-fight. And then 3 out here, probably Nebula for that Colossus or Claire, and then again White Magneto pre-fight, and you can use Claire or Doom for Kingpin there. Kingpin and Mole Man here, making it a little bit complicated without having Apocalypse available, but I'm sure both can be taken pretty quickly with Storm Pyramid X, since they don't gain their own armor up buffs, so you just work around the global. 4 through 6 here, Human Torch for that long shot, or just go ahead and nuke them down with Mole Man and Kingpin. Path 5 here, Claire, Killmonger, or Fury for that Thing, and then Namor or Storm Pyramid X, or Doom for Korg. And then Path 6 here, I mean, anyone, Doom, Tigra. I mean, you have options for Corvus, and then Rhino, you can probably use a slow champ, or just go ahead and use Mole Man and play around Mole Man or Kingpin and play around the global, since he doesn't gain his own armor up. 7 through 9 here, Champion, you can probably get away with Rolk or even CMM and just play around the global, but Mephisto would probably be an option that works too. I don't know that you'd be able to prevent using your souls. So if you need him later for something, it'd be harder to keep the imprisonment up the entire fight. But yeah, probably a good option for him. Gonna go ahead and look at path 7. You got Jabari, which you could be taken with Storm Pyramid X or Kitty Pryde if you have one available. Maybe even Doom, kind of risky. Juggernaut there, probably Human Torch, maybe S99, and maybe Sorcerer Supreme. There'd be a lot of power gain you can't control. Path 8 is empty, and then path 9, you got Rolk, you got CMM for that Void, and then you've got Colossus, Warlock, and Nimrod for that Havoc there. And that's the map. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and hit subscribe, like, and share, and I will catch you guys at War Attack.